If you love the FIFA World Cup 2026, here are 25 games that will keep you in that competitive sports spirit all year long. Starting off at number 1, EA Sports FC 26 is the closest thing to the real FIFA World Cup 2026 experience you can get on PS5 right now. It launched a free World Cup update featuring 48 licensed national teams, authentic stadiums, and real player likenesses, so you can literally replay the tournament match by match. The Ultimate Team mode is still massive, and the gameplay itself feels smoother and more responsive than anything the series has delivered before. Coming in at number 2 on this list, eFootball 2025 deserves way more respect than it gets in the soccer gaming conversation. This Konami title is completely free to play on PS5, and its ball physics and passing mechanics are arguably tighter than anything else in the genre right now. It includes an International Cup 2026 mode built specifically around the tournament, and the online modes keep competitive players busy for hours without spending a single dollar. 3 is where things get really exciting, because Rematch, from the team at Slowcap, the same developers behind Sifu, flips the formula entirely. You control one individual player in a fast-paced 5v5 match, which means every touch, tackle, and run is fully your responsibility. It launched a Nations Cup mode in June 2026, with discounts rolling out, and the teamwork-focused gameplay creates some genuinely electric moments that feel completely different from traditional soccer games. Game number 4 is Goals, a brand new free-to-play football title that launched on PS5 in June 2026, just ahead of the World Cup. The developers built it from the ground up, prioritizing zero input lag and pure skill-based matchmaking, so what you see on the screen is what you actually meant to do. There are no licensed players, but the knockout competitive mode captures that high-pressure tournament tension in a really satisfying way. At number 5, UFL is the free-to-play football game that has been fighting hard for space in a very crowded genre. It lets you build your own squad from real football players, compete in PvP and co-op events, and earn rewards without the heavy pay-to-win mechanics that frustrate so many FIFA and FC players. The game is still growing and improving, but for anyone who wants a competitive squad-building experience without spending money, UFL is genuinely worth installing on your PS5. Number 6 is Football Manager 26, and this one is for the person who has ever watched the World Cup and thought they could manage better than the actual coaches. You get full control of tactics, squad selection, transfers, and training, including a dedicated FIFA World Cup 2026 update with official licensed tournament content. If deep strategy and long-term planning are your thing, this game could swallow an entire month without you noticing. Rocket League takes the 7th spot and honestly still holds up as one of the most unique sports games you can play on PS5 in 2026. The concept is simple: rocket-powered cars, a giant ball, and 2 nets. But the skill ceiling is so impossibly high that professional players are still discovering new mechanics years after launch. There was also a limited-time World Cup-themed event running during the tournament, which tied in perfectly with the soccer energy happening in real life. Filling the 8th slot is NBA 2K26, which proves that the energy of the World Cup translates perfectly to basketball competition. The ProPlay technology pulls motion capture directly from real NBA player data, so the movement and footwork feel genuinely authentic rather than animated. Whether you are grinding My Career, building a dream roster in My Team, or jumping into ranked online play, this game gives you hundreds of hours of deep, skill-rewarding sports competition on PS5. Number 9 on the countdown is Madden NFL 26, the yearly American football simulation that continues to dominate on PS5 with its NFL license and polished gameplay. EA powered the century with years of real NFL game data to improve coaching AI, quarterback authenticity, and overall decision-making on the field. If you have ever been curious about American football but never jumped in, World Cup season with its tournament fever and team loyalty energy is actually a great time to try the biggest sport in the United States. 10 is MLB The Show 26, which earns its place on this list as one of the most mechanically satisfying sports simulations available on PS5 right now. Hitting a baseball is genuinely one of the hardest things to do in sports gaming, and this game makes you feel every millisecond of pitch timing and swing decision in your hands. Road to the Show mode even starts your career in high school and walks you through the draft process, giving you a story-driven sports experience that rivals anything in the genre. Coming in at number 11, NHL 26 brings ice hockey into the conversation with some of the fastest and most physically intense sports gameplay you will find on PS5. The exhaust engine adds a stamina layer to the action that forces you to manage line changes and player energy strategically during matches. If you have never given hockey games a real chance, the combination of speed, physicality, and tight arcade controls in NHL 26 makes it an easy recommendation for any sports fan coming off World Cup excitement. Number 12 is WWE 2K26, which might seem like a surprise on a list inspired by soccer, but competitive sports entertainment is still sports, and this game absolutely delivers that. The CM Punk Showcase mode, refined grappling systems, and the new ringside pass model make this the most complete wrestling simulation in years. There is something about the crowd energy, the individual rivalries, and the big match atmosphere in this game that scratches a very similar itch to watching a World Cup knockout round. At lucky number 13, EA Sports FC 25 still makes perfect sense on this list for players who want a great football game on PS5 without paying full price for FC 26. The Rush mode introduced small-sided, faster matches that changed how people play casually, and the player role system added a new layer of tactical depth to how your squad functions. It is a fully fleshed-out football experience with career mode, ultimate team, and online seasons, and its player pool is enormous. Number 14 goes to Captain Tsubasa: Rise of New Champions, the anime-inspired soccer game that throws realism completely out the window in the best possible way. This game is based on the legendary manga series, and it features over-the-top super shots, dramatic special moves, and team abilities that look more like a shonen anime episode than a football match. If you love soccer but want something wildly different in tone and energy, this is one of the most genuinely fun alternatives on PS5.
Taking the 15th spot is Mario Strikers Battle League, which is available via backward compatibility or on Switch, and is one of the best arcade sports games for playing with friends or family during World Cup season. The chaotic match structure, power-ups, special shots, and beloved Nintendo characters create a completely unique football experience that has nothing to do with realism and everything to do with pure fun. It is the kind of game you boot up when 4 people are in the same room with controllers in hand. 16 belongs to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4, which earns its place here as the best alternative sports game on PS5 for players who want competitive, skill-based gameplay outside of the football universe. The classic combo chaining mechanics, massive score attack levels, and perfectly curated soundtracks are all back, now rebuilt and polished for PS5 hardware. Every level feels like a contest, and chasing high scores and online leaderboards gives you that competitive drive that World Cup fans absolutely live for. At number 17 is Topspin 2K25, the tennis simulation that brought the beloved franchise back after years away and delivered one of the most satisfying individual sports experiences on PS5. The timing-based shot mechanics required genuine skill and practice to master, and online ranked matches carry a tension very similar to a penalty shootout. If head-to-head competition with a steep but rewarding learning curve is what you're after in between watching World Cup matches, Topspin 2K25 is a smart choice. College Football 26 slides into the 18th position as one of the most exciting sports game returns in recent memory, bringing dynasty building and college sports culture back to PS5. The revamped Dynasty mode lets you build a program from the ground up, recruiting players, managing scholarships, and competing for national championships across multiple seasons. The variety of playbooks and the sheer number of schools and conferences available gives this game a depth that can compete with any annual sports title on the market. Number 19 is Olympic Games Tokyo 2020, an older title that still holds up as one of the best party sports games available on PS5, and one that captures the exact spirit of international competition you feel during a World Cup. With over 18 different Olympic sports across track, swimming, gymnastics, shooting, and more, this game packs genuine variety into a package that works perfectly for groups. The simple controls and competitive multiplayer make every event feel like a medal round. At 20 on the countdown, Winning 11 2002 Reloaded is for the football purists who want to feel why this franchise once dominated the soccer gaming world before FIFA took over.
The updated version preserves the tight ball control and manual gameplay that made the series legendary, while making it playable on modern hardware. For anyone who grew up with Pro Evolution Soccer and wants a reminder of what skill-first football gaming felt like before licenses and card packs took over, this one is deeply satisfying. Number 21 is Super Arcade Football 2026, a top-down arcade football game that launched this year and immediately carved out a fun, lighthearted space in the crowded soccer game landscape. The game embraces everything that simulation-style games avoid, including ridiculous pitches, power-ups, and chaotic multiplayer situations that have no connection to real football tactics. It is exactly the kind of palate cleanser you need after grinding ranked online matches in FC 26 or eFootball. FIFA 23 claims the 22nd spot as a game that many players are still actively enjoying on PS5 in 2026, especially now that it is widely available at a low price point. It was the last FIFA-branded entry before the series rebranded to EA Sports FC, and it came packed with World Cup content, Ultimate Team, Volta Football, and Pro Clubs mode. The online player pool is still healthy enough to find matches quickly, and the gameplay remains genuinely solid compared to newer releases. 23 is Cricket 24, which represents one of the best tactical team sports you can experience on PS5, outside of the typical football and basketball conversation. The batting mechanics require careful timing and reading of the bowler, creating a rhythm of pressure and release that is surprisingly close to how a big tournament match feels mentally. For fans of the World Cup, who enjoy sports where strategy and composure under pressure are rewarded, Cricket 24 is a genuinely great find. Taking the 24th position is Rugby 25, a game that gives PS5 players a physical, contact-heavy team sport experience that feels fresh if you didn't grow up with the sport, but love the energy of international competitions. The set-piece systems, breakdown mechanics, and territorial gameplay create a tactical depth that rewards learning, and the international tournament modes land right in the sweet spot for fans riding the wave of World Cup excitement. And rounding out the list at number 25 is Riders Republic, which closes the countdown as the ultimate open-world extreme sports experience on PS5 for players who want something completely different but still packed with competitive energy. You are racing, biking, skiing, and wingsuit flying across a massive open map inspired by real American national parks. And the mass race mode throws hundreds of players into chaotic multiplayer events simultaneously. It is wildly fun, constantly active, and the kind of game that gives you that same adrenaline rush as watching a World Cup group stage match go down to the wire.